But before we get into that, let's talk about a couple tips on how to find YouTube rank on the Hive. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Dozzi, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to find more YouTube ranks on the Hive. So if you do enjoy, then make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. It really helps me out and it really makes my day. Anyways, enjoy. Okay, so my first tip to find more YouTube ranks on the Hive is to figure out what game they play and then play it as well a lot more. This one's kind of obvious, but if you play the same game as them, then you will have a more likely chance of finding them, you know? If they, like, for example, like Evident or Danny, like, might play a game more than another game. So, you know, if, like, if you're, like, jamming out on hide and seek over here, and Danny's destroying on SG, you're never gonna find him. So, play on the same games as them. And then, my other part of this rule is to play at the same time as them. If you can figure out their time zone, that really helps. Or like when they normally stream, because if they're streaming, then you know that they're playing for sure, making it really easy to find them. So my second tip, I know this is kind of like cheating for a tip, but basically, if you join their CSs, because there's lots of YouTubers that do CSs, so you can just play with your favorite YouTubers, because if you get into the CS, then it's guaranteed that you're going to play with them. So that is one of the easiest ways to find YouTube rank. But if you guys are looking for like more just like find YouTube rank, you know, then I get that, because that makes sense. Then I got a couple other tips, but this is tip number 2. Okay, so for my third tip, it's to be in a call with your friends. Don't actually be in their party, because that can actually decrease your chances. But right here, Zesty joins my game because Danny got into my game. So that means that both me and Zesty had a chance to play with Danny. So that is my third tip on how to find YouTube rank. So for my third tip on the Hive, I am going to be talking about something that is called, most people, friending them. So basically, if you guys don't know what friending someone is on the Hive, I assume you do know, then that basically just means that you can just like join their games and stuff and you're friends with them, you know? They can go in parties with them and stuff, but some YouTubers, you have to pay to be friends with them. I mean, because like it can be unfair to others, you know? So most people, it's like that, but usually, most of the time, you can find someone who doesn't need that, and you can just friend them, and hopefully they accept it, because if you friend someone, then, you know, you can play with them a lot more in game, and that is another way to find lots of YouTube rank on the Hive. So for another tip that I have, this is just to, like, increase your chances of knowing that YouTube rank is in your game, because there is something that YouTubers can do if they've got YouTube rank on Hive, and it is called nicking, which basically, if you guys didn't know what a nick is it basically makes it so it's like you are a different person, and the Hive gives you a different name. So it makes it look like you're a totally different person, even though you might be, I don't know, Dicey or someone. It makes it look like you're an entirely other person, because your name's different in game. But if you do click on someone like this guy, for example, this oak tree guy, and then like let's say his name was actually Dicey's, then it would show through, and you could find out that they're Dicey's, you know, and then you can kill them if you are good enough. But just be careful. If you announce in chat that someone is in your game, then it is very bannable, and I have actually seen people get banned for it before a couple times. So just remember that you don't want to expose their nicks, because it can also make them mad because they're going to get targeted. So it's just not as great an experience for them. So just don't show the nicks. Don't tell everybody. You can know, it's okay if you know, of course, but you can't let others know about this, because they don't want to be found out, because targeting is a real thing in the game. So they just don't want to get targeted. Pretty self-explanatory. But if you do check through like all the names before your game starts, then you have a chance of finding them. Another thing with this is that sometimes if you find YouTube rank in your game, then I will show a clip in just a minute here. But if you find YouTube rank in your game, then they might be playing with a group of YouTubers, so you have to check. So I would check through all of them. And another thing is, there's a better chance that they are them if they have their skin on. That's pretty much common sense, but there's a bigger chance that it's them because they're a fan of them or they possibly even are them, like I'll show in the next clip right here. Iced Clock, this is Dicey's. Dicey's nicked. Dicey's nicked. Dicey's is freaking nicked. Dicey's is freaking nicked. Dude, Dicey's is in game. Dicey's is in game. Let's go. Dude, it's Dicey's. Dude, dude, I can't lose to Dicey's. My gosh. I cannot get killed. No! Yo, Dicey's is in game. Dude! Anyways, now that it's close to the end of the video, here's the montage of me fighting Danny that you've been waiting for. So here's just a little bit of proof that these methods actually work. Wait. Is there a YouTuber here? Surely. Wait. Is that... No, it's not evident. No, wait. Dude, it's Quackity. I have actually found Quackity in the Hive.